Hello everybody, welcome back to the Wrestle podcast. I am your host, Movie Master Mike, and this is the predictions for Money in the Bank. Now, I haven't done a podcast in a while. I've been just busy, and I've honestly been kind of losing interest in the WWE. It's been fairly boring and uneventful, and the whole wild card rule it's desperate. But let's just get into Money in the Bank. All right, first we have Becky Lynch versus Lacey Evans. I have Becky Lynch winning. Then we have Seth Rollins versus AJ Styles. I have Seth Rollins winning. Then we have the men's Money in the Bank ladder match with Sami Zayn, Ricochet, Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin, Ali, Finn Balor, Andrade, and Randy Orton. Now, I don't think Randy Orton's going to win. I don't think Finn Balor's going to win. I don't think Ricochet is going to win. So between Sami Zayn, Drew McIntyre, Baron Corbin, and Andrade. I want to say no to Baron Corbin, but they're giving him like a huge push, and he might win it. He might win it for the second time. I mean, they said that they want to skyrocket, or at least make relevant, the winner of the men's Money in the Bank ladder match this year, because the last 2 years they've tried to cash in and failed, so it seems like, what's the point? But Sami Zayn, like, he's such a good heel and really good on the mic that him having the briefcase would be entertaining. You know, him coming out and gloating about it and just going on and on about how he won the match and all these things. And even you can have a Kevin Owens coming in and helping him because they're both back from injuries and whatnot. So I can definitely see Sami Zayn winning. But since he replaced Braun Strowman, I can definitely see Braun Strowman coming in and costing him the match. And Drew McIntyre has been like on the cusp of getting a big push since returning to the main roster last year, and I would really like to see it. I love Drew McIntyre. I think he's good on the mic. He's good in the ring. He's got a good look. They kind of teased him not being such a heel a few weeks ago, but it didn't really come to anything. Big surprise. Andrade, like, apparently he asked McMahon, like, he wants a bigger push, and McMahon said, learn English, which is ridiculous because he has a manager to speak for him. And I mean, look at Brock Lesnar. He doesn't speak. He has somebody to speak for him. So I just think it's McMahon being the way he is, but we won't get into that. So I'm gonna pick Sami Zayn. I'm gonna pick Sami Zayn to win it, and he will be great with the briefcase. All right, next is the women's Money in the Bank ladder match with Natalya, Dana Brooke, Naomi, Bayley, Mandy Rose, Ember Moon, Carmella, and Nikki Cross. Now, Nikki Cross replaced Alexa Bliss because apparently she has an injury and they don't want to put somebody with an injury in a ladder match. I'd like to give the win to Nikki Cross, but no, I mean, she's barely been on TV since coming up to the main roster and hasn't really done anything. Wasn't even on a brand specifically. I mean, with the wild card rule, nobody is, but Carmella won it 2 years ago. I think she is better than people give her credit for. I love Ember Moon. She is my absolute favorite, and I would love to see her win. When she gets on the mic, I think it's almost terrible, but it's not her fault. It's not like she's bad at speaking. They just give her bad things to say. Mandy Rose, I think, is good. She's been kind of on the cusp of getting a big push, but like they can't decide if they want to push her solo and split her off from Sonya Deville or keep her in the tag title picture with Sonya Deville. Like, they just don't know what they're doing. But again, big surprise. WWE doesn't know what they're doing and doesn't continue things that they start. Bayley, she's probably my second favorite behind Ember Moon, and I would love to give it to her with her new attitude, kind of becoming heel. I would love to see her start wearing darker colors. Naomi, I think she's really good in the ring. She's okay on the mic. The whole glow thing, like, it looks really cool in the glow in the dark, but then she's just wearing like a neon green outfit. I don't think it looks very good. She won the women's WrestleMania Battle Royal last year and didn't get her title match really, so he's kind of owed something, but I don't know. I just don't see her winning that this year. Dana Brooke, she's been seen a lot more coming out like with Ronda Rousey towards the end of that, and she's had opportunity probably 50 times in a couple of weeks. And I think she's good. She's not very good on the mic. She's got a great physique. She's good in the ring. She's not the greatest in the ring, but I don't think that really matters if the people are behind you. But the people aren't super behind her. But she fits the bill as being a blonde for Vinnie Mac. Then you have Natalya. She's not going to win this. She's everyone says like, oh, she's great in the ring. She's a great veteran. She's okay in the ring. I'm sure. Like, she knows what she's doing. She knows how to be safe. She has her like 3 or 4 moves that she always does. Not to take anything away from her. I think she's just fine. But I'm going to go Bayley. She's one of my favorites. They need to do something with her because after losing the tag titles, like, she's been teasing a heel turn, but lost 2 matches in a row, which was ridiculous. But I'm going to go with Bayley. Right, next is Roman Reigns versus Elias. I mean, come on. It's going to be Roman Reigns. But Shane O'Mac might get involved, so maybe Elias will win. I would not be surprised if they have Elias win and be like, whoa, he beat Roman Reigns? And then the feud continues. But I'm going to go Roman Reigns, just because it's the safe bet. Alright, Becky Lynch versus Charlotte Flair. I'm going to go Becky Lynch. They're not going to drop the whole Becky 2 belts thing just yet. It's only been 6 weeks. Now, if they were going to drop one, I would say this would be the one. So that way, Charlotte is the champ on SmackDown. Lynch is the champ on Raw. Maybe in the future. For now, I think they're going to keep Becky 2 belts. So, Becky Lynch. Oh, and I think this match is going to air before the Lacey Evans match. So this will be like an awesome bloody brawl. Becky Lynch will barely be standing at the end. And then when Lacey Evans' match comes around, Lynch is already battered and bruised. And so that match will make Lacey Evans appear more dominant because she's facing an already almost beaten Becky Lynch. But I still think Becky Lynch will win both matches. Alright, then it's The Miz versus Shane O'Mac. I'm going to go with The Miz. I can see it going either way. Yeah, The Miz. It's a cage match. The Miz will win. Kofi Kingston versus Kevin Owens. It's going to be Kofi Kingston. They're not going to take the belt off him. He's still, massively over with the crowd. They wanted Kevin Owens to be the WrestleMania match, not Kingston. But then the crowd was so behind Kingston, they had to put Kofi into the WrestleMania match. And then after that, they wanted it to be a rematch. Kingston against Daniel Bryan for this pay-per-view. But Bryan got an injury, so they threw Kevin Owens in. And so it's like, no match for the title is what they wanted. So they're not going to give it to Kevin Owens. Maybe they would if Kofi Kingston wasn't so over with the crowd, but it's going to be Kofi Kingston. Our next is Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio. This one I'm having trouble with because I would like Samoa Joe to keep the belt and keep winning, because it seems like when the belt is on the line, he wins. But when every time since winning the belt, when it's not on the line, he just gets rolled up. And then he gets, an angry face like, how did you do that? How did you roll me up? And it's just like, it's getting old. But I can see Rey Mysterio winning, getting the belt, and starting a whole thing with Dominic, because apparently Rey Mysterio wants to retire and pass his mask on. So, and apparently he wants it to be Dominic. So I can see them giving him the belt, and then Dominic turning on him, and then having that whole thing. But I'm gonna go Rey Mysterio. Give him one last belt before he retires. Our next is Tony Nese versus Arya Daivari. If I'm saying that right. I have no idea. I don't watch 205 Live like at all, hardly ever. I'm going to go Tony Nese. I mean, he just won the belt. They're not going to take it off him, I don't think. So I'm just going to go Tony Nese. All right, then it's Daniel Bryan and Rowan versus the Usos. And apparently it's not for the belt. And by the way, all these other matches have been for the belt. The Tony Nese is for the Cruiserweight, the US belt, the WWE Championship belt, the SmackDown and Raw Women's belts, the Universal belt. This is the only belt match that isn't for the belts. And I'm going to give it to Bryan and Rowan. I mean, I don't know. I mean, give it to the Usos probably because it's not for the belts. But then again, Daniel Bryan and Rowan just won them, and if they get pinned by another brand's tag team, then it just makes them look silly. So I'm going to go Daniel Bryan and Rowan. All right, and just for funsies, Asuka and Kairi Sane versus the Iconics. It probably won't happen. It's not on the card, and it's so unimportant that it most likely won't happen. But if it does, just in case, I would go Asuka and Kairi Sane of the Iconics. The Iconics have been just buried since winning the belts. They have lost every match. They have just been on commentary instead of in matches. Like, it's terrible. So the belts need to get off them and onto somebody else. But yeah, so those are my picks. It's going to be Rollins, Kofi, Becky, Sami Zayn, Bayley, Roman Reigns, The Miz, Rey Mysterio, Bryan and Rowan, Tony Nese, just for fun, Asuka and Sane. Those have been my picks for the Money in the Bank 2019 pay-per-view. Thank you for joining me on the Wrestle Rumble podcast. I've been your host, Movie Master Mike, reminding you to speak your geek and balance your geek with Geekquillibrium.